I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. I honestly was just afraid that I would disappoint you. And I felt ashamed, so sorry I didn't tell you about it, but now you know. Hey, what's up? My name is Kade, and today I want to talk about how I've had a change in mindset when it comes to fitness. There's also been something that I've been afraid to tell you about for a while now, and I'll talk about it later, but it does tie into bodybuilding. I basically just don't want to let you down. Today, I was inspired to make this video because I saw Aiden Dowling's newest video talking about bodybuilding and differentiating bodybuilding and someone who loves fitness. He made so many amazing points in there. I just think it's time to talk about some truths that need to be heard. I feel like in popular culture, when it comes to trans masc people, they tend to be more on the fit side. Nothing wrong with that. I think that fitness is amazing. But the idea that that is mostly who is popular in the trans masc culture makes it hard and almost like a unrealistic standard for most trans masc people. Something that Aiden said in his video is he was talking about creating an identity separate from fitness. So I believe there's kind of a semi-toxic ideal around what a trans man is supposed to look like. I've heard from quite a few guys, it's the whole idea of wanting to look like cis men, or the ideal cis man. Huge air quotations. In all reality, trans people are born with different types of bodies. Trying to picture yourself as someone that you're not and trying to get to a goal, that's not fair to yourself and your emotional well-being. After I got top surgery, I was very focused on creating my identity around being fit. When I was younger, I was always deemed as the least fit, in the lowest of my class when it came to anything physical. I know a larger part of it is, at least in high school, I had a lot of a larger chest, and the idea of jumping and moving around, especially around a bunch of judgmental high school students, it's like I would much rather just walk the mile and people talk crap on me than have that happening. Thinking back about how uncomfortable I was when it came to anything physical, it was not a good time. After I got top surgery, I felt a lot more comfortable going to the gym and being more physically active. Plus, I had this idea in my head that after top surgery, I wanted to get so much muscle that it would basically be the same size chest, but instead of chest breast tissue, it would just be thick muscle. I am literally nowhere close to what I was expecting to be at this point. Especially after my nasty breakup with my ex, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna recreate myself, become a new man. And mostly, I just wanted to look cute for myself, and at the time, looking back, I realized I wanted to look good for others. You gotta realize, a lot of people are also like that, whether it be subconscious or not. I got super into fitness, going to the gym 5 days a week. I started to learn more and more about nutrition, tracking my macros, and getting hyper-focused on trying to get the ideal body, the body of my dreams. And that idea goes back to what I was saying earlier with trying to get a body type that I don't have. When it comes to bone structure, having wide hips, you can't really change very much at all. My most popular video is me talking about my hip dysphoria. Most likely, you know me from talking about my thick hips. As someone who has a lot of hip dysphoria, I knew in my head that if I worked out and lost some weight, technically, yes, you could lose the fat on your hips, but obsessing over the idea of trying to get to a body type that may not even be an option, bone structure wise, That's an unrealistic expectation that like you're setting for yourself. The way that I looked at food turned into a nightmare. What came to my mind is whenever I was eating a spoonful of peanut butter or a piece of cake, anything like that, I would just be hyper-focusing on the idea that I'm just making my hips fatter and more noticeable. Literally, it's not doing anything long-term at all. But in my head at the time, that's all I could think about. Hyper-focusing on the idea of tracking macros, tracking calories. It was getting spicy. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have noticed that I stopped posting recipes. A huge part of that is I am no longer tracking my calories. I just realized that I need to repair my relationship with food more than trying to look a certain body type. After hyper-focusing on tracking calories and trying to outweigh fitness and working out with overeating, I just realized after doing that for years, I am sick of it. I'm done. I love working out and I love getting stronger, so I'm going to keep up with that. But here is the sad news. Like what Aiden talked about in his video, trying to differentiate, someone who's a fitness lover and someone who's a bodybuilder. This is what I was wanting to talk to you about earlier. Because if you made it this far in the video, you get to possibly see me cry because I am really honestly upset about this. I make jokes when I'm upset. With having an eating disorder for over a decade, I just realized that I am just a fitness lover. And if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I was planning to compete in the trans bodybuilding competition this upcoming October. Of course it got canceled because of COVID, but I was still planning to compete in it next year. But I'm actually not gonna compete anymore. I realized that bodybuilding is not for me. Sorry I sound so stuffy, I'm crying. I realized that for so long I have been wanting to be looked at as a masculine guy. I look up to bodybuilders so much and I have so much respect for them. Everybody's minds are made differently. I'm someone who has struggled with my eating for a really long time, and as well as body image. Trying to compete in something that is literally aesthetic based and very much involved with like calories and fitness and everything around that, I realize it's just very negative for my mental health. I still haven't said it out loud yet to anyone. You're actually like the first one to hear this out loud. I am not gonna compete in bodybuilding at all. I mean, maybe many years in the future. I love fitness, don't get me wrong. Gosh, I wasn't trying to cry. I know to some it may be silly to be crying over the idea of not competing, but it's something that I was so excited about. There were so many positives to being able to compete, especially with other trans people. So many awesome opportunities. Even though I'm giving up a lot with that, I am investing in my future self. Just know that I am still working on my mental health and growing, and I plan to invest more into fitness, but like the strength side and the healthier all-around side. There's gonna be awesome things in the future. I'll take you along with my journey. I wanna share my journey with you because this is real. This is real as heck. I know a few different people that struggle with disordered eating and wanting to have a specific ideal body. What I'm asking you is to look inside and see what is most important for your future self. You are important. If you'd like to watch Aiden's video and get more context on what inspired this video, you can check that out right here. And if you want to see a full playlist of my other like fitness related videos and more like workout style things, you can check that out right here. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace.